Hi students, today we are going to discuss the topic of inflation. What is inflation? Inflation means is a rise in the general level of prices of goods and services in an economy. That means generally in the economics, the inflation is a rise in the general level of prices of goods and service in an economy over a period of time. When the general price level rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. That means the inflation means we can tell now in the corona time what is happening now. The prices are increasing, but income levels are decreases. So the situation make us to buy the goods and services very few. Okay, now let us see the definitions of inflation. So the Webster is given a definition about the inflation: an increase in the amount of currency in circulation resulting in a relatively sharp and sudden fall in its value and rise in prices. So see, for example, I'm telling you about the petrol. When our childhood, we seen the petrol rate 50 rupees onwards. Now it is increased double. That means 100 rupees. So what happened here? The currency is increases, the sudden changes is happen. So it may be caused by an increasing in the volume of paper money issued or of gold mine, or a relative increase in expenditures as when the supply of goods fails to meet the demand. See what is happening here? It is increases the volume of paper money. So it is increasing the value of volume of paper money. That means the level of the price. That means in the rupee. If we are going to the market, if you are taking a 1 rupee, it is not enough. So what happened? We have to take 1,000 rupees to purchase any goods. So it increases. Our expenditures are increased. So this our definition is given by the Webster. So according to Professor Samuelson, he is telling that inflation occurs when general level of prices and costs are rising. Now the very super example to the inflation is nowadays the corona time. See how the position, the pandemic situation, the hospitals and the people who have affecting by the corona and don't having losing their jobs, not getting the income, but having the large expenditures. It's a total consider in this. Okay, so what are the causes of inflations? That demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, built-in inflation. So what happened is demand. Now the situation is demand to us. So it's happened to us to it pull us to make a compulsory need necessary. So sometimes it is forcing us to buy. It is necessary. Medicine is necessary to us. So we have to purchase it. We have to make that cost. So these are the causes of inflation. Let us see the effects of inflation. In the effects of inflation, we can see the investments, interest rates, exchange rates, unemployment, stocks, decrease in purchasing power, change the allocation of income. So in interest rates means buying some product, but we are taking a loan for that. So the rates is the increases. So we are making the investment in particular purpose, but we cannot get the other income sources. What will be happen? We will get suffer a lot of things. So these are, and the unemployment is the major cause to effects of inflation. Okay, now let us see the types of inflation. The types of inflation on the basis of degree of the government control: the open inflation and super inflation. The open inflation, see, we are having a lot of problem with the food, and now so many is suffering of not getting the food and water like that. So in sometimes we will trapped of see of giving a more in we are going to bank loans. What happened? They are giving very less prices. We think like that, but what will happen? It may be double loan amount will be happened. So the situations in the government can't, they have to control that. And also on the basis of political conditions, that is wartime and peacetime. See, when there is the wartime, the inflation why it is increases means because in the wartime the army is fighting there, and here the people supplying all the goods and services there. In that time the transportation, the exports, or other things, that means international services will be not run, and it is very very problem to us to get the perfect products and the transportations or the products of supplying of the goods, and everything will be getting a problem in the wartime of the attack of other country. Okay, so these are the conditions. On the basis of the scope means sectoral inflations and comprehensive inflation. Sectoral inflation means sometimes some products will get not run in the market. In that time some causes will be happened, so some sudden problems will be raised. In that time the inflation will be happened. Okay, next one, how we can control the inflation. Here we have two ways of controlling inflation in an economy. One is monetary measures, fiscal measures. The monetary measures means that is the important and commonly used method to control inflation is the monetary policy of the central bank. Most central banks use high interest rates as the traditional way to fight or prevent inflation. See, I'm giving in a small example. In the budget times, they are producing some budget plans to some what for the other policies, what are the loans of providing of the banks. మీకు చాలా చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తానండి. ఇప్పుడు మనకి వ్యవసాయం చేసేటటువంటి రైతులు ఉంటారు. సో వాళ్ళకి ఏంటి, పంట పండించినప్పుడు మనకి ధాన్యం నుంచి డబ్బు వస్తుంది. అదే పంట కనుక నీటి మునిగిపోయింది, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రాబ్లం ఏమవుతుంది, ఎక్కడ కూడా ఫుడ్ దొరకదు. ఒకవేళ మొత్తం అంతా కూడా ఎక్కడ కూడా రైతు ఎక్కడ కూడా పండించింది అంతా పాడైపోయింది, ఏమి ఏ ప్లేస్లోనూ దొరకలేదు అనుకోండి, ఇండియా ఆల్ ఓవర్ ఇండియాలో. అప్పుడు పొజిషన్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది చెప్పండి, మనకి చాలా ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటుంది. సో ఇన్ దట్ టైమ్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి, అలాంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో స్టోరేజెస్ అన్నది ఉండాలి. సో అలాంటి దాటిలో మనకి స్టోరేజ్ లేకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ మనకి ఎగ్జాంపుల్గా ఏం తీసుకున్నామంటే బ్యాంక్. అంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ బ్యాంక్స్ అన్నది ఏమవుతుంది, మనకి కొంత పాలసీ అన్నది ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. సో బ్యాంక్ రేట్ పాలసీ, సిఆర్ఆర్, open market operations. These are the monetary measures to use to control inflation. Next one is the fiscal measures. The fiscal measures to control inflation include taxation, government expenditure, and public borrowings. So the fiscal methods used to control increases in taxes, increases in saving, and surplus budgets. See, nowadays the taxes are is very high, and but savings are not happening increase. But even though in our Indian country, so many people will try to make a savings, even though, but we can't save a lot when there is the inflation is happen. Before we have to save this all the things. Okay, surplus budgets. So the conclusion of this inflation, in reality, low inflation rate and an upward economic growth is never possible. Nevertheless, low inflation rate means slow economic growth. Whenever money is in excess, there is bidding by the consumers, due to which the cost of goods escalated. Okay, thank you, students.